Let me just share the shirt I'm wearing. This is Annie Cat looking over the hillside. Minx bobtail cat colored pencil drawing that I did. This was a shirt that I bought back in, okay, I would say 2015. Yeah. So yeah, as you can see, here's my braid all the way down to here. Yeah. So that's my kitty cat shirt, and it has my artwork. So I don't know if you saw a video that I posted yesterday, but yeah, I finished the drawing of my hair, and I want to do more long hair drawings. I think I want to get into portraits a little bit more this year, and I want to fix the paper towels on top of my bench. That's one thing I want to do. I'm like, ugh, you guys are looking messy. So I wore my cat shirt today, but the only other thing I did, I researched Vanguard for the live stream I did with Aya because we were talking about different companies and things like that. That's more of the serious live stream. But in between doing that, I made onion rings like on the fly because somebody said that they wanted me to make them onion rings, so I did that. And I hadn't made onion rings like in years. And the recipe I used back in the day, it was just flour or something. But this one, it was a vegan onion ring. And it had coconut. It was interesting because, okay, it was vegan, but it had like a fishy taste to it because I think it had some black salt in it. Because I had some black salt. But it was interesting because I used coconut milk, I used flour, I used the black salt pepper, and some smoked paprika, and just the way it was mixed together, it was actually pretty good. I ended up really liking it, but I'm gonna perfect, like, if I make onion rings again, I'll make it better. Because I realized you really want to build up, like, the batter for them. Like, there's a process of coating them, and I think I can perfect it. And I'm not keto or anything, but I think you could do keto onion rings, really. Like, okay, it's still an onion. It's like some people probably don't want to eat vegetables, but I think it could be keto in that if you use almond flour. I really do, because you would use some kind of milk and almond flour, and it could definitely be keto. I could see it being that. I mean, it's not going to be protein. There's really no protein in onion rings, but whatever. Don't pretend onion rings are health food, but they taste good. Onions are good. Actually, though, I like onions because I know some people say, "Oh, it's all old wives' tales, and just like urban legend." But some people say when they were coming down with the Spanish influenza that having an onion in their house or eating onions would help them get over the symptoms. And I'm not saying that that's going to cure you. It's not curing anybody of anything, but I really do believe in eating onions and garlic. And like when I chop up an onion, I just love how it clears out my sinuses. I've always loved that. Like I really do. And I actually snack on raw onion. Like I'll eat raw onion like that doesn't bother me. But the only thing about onions that bother me is like when I'm chopping up the onions, they start crying. I hate that. Well, I'll tell you though, this time the purple onion wasn't as bad. I love purple onion. So purple onion is more flavorful than white onion. Honestly, like just buy the purple onion. I noticed my eyes water a lot less when I cut up the purple onion. And the life is so short. Like I love the flavor of the purple onion more than the white onion. So I decided I'm not going to buy the white onion anymore. I'm going to buy the purple onion. I like avocados more than carrots. I'm gonna buy avocados instead of carrots. Like I'm buying what I want now. Like some people are like, well, I need to get that because I should. But I'm like, why? Why do you need to buy something you don't want to eat? Just buy what you like to eat. Like seriously. That's kind of been my credo lately. I'm just like, I want to eat this. I'm gonna buy that. Because I feel like some people think, oh, I need to eat a variety. Like, I need to eat a lot of different vegetables or whatever it is that you eat. And I'm like, no. I eat certain fruits now. Like lately, I used to love bananas for a long time. I really loved bananas, but I haven't bought bananas, and honestly, like I bought some oranges, and I do like fruit, but I just haven't been craving fruit lately. I eat it occasionally, but it's not like back when I used to like I don't know, sometimes I used to just really want to eat a lot of fruit. And I would occasionally make a smoothie like I did the other day, but it's just not like what it used to be where I wanted to eat fruit all the time. And I have some apples that my mom gave me, and I eat them occasionally, but I just feel like lately I'm more savory and sweet. And I do like fruit, but I just don't like get a craving to eat a piece of fruit too often. Like I even bought some grapes. Like it's so weird because I bought grapes. Although I had some chocolate almond milk, so ha ha ha. Like supposedly I don't want to eat fruit, but I don't know. It's just I bought these a couple of weeks ago. They're so good. They're Chilean grapes. I really like Chilean fruit actually. Pretty flavorful. But I don't know. I thought I was really gonna like these grapes, and they're good. I haven't been as excited lately. Do you want a grape? I can feed you a grape. I'm just kidding. And now I'll eat some grapes for the live stream. How about that? So the next few days, I want to post a long hair drawing that I did. Is like maybe some sort of a shirt that people can buy. Like if you like long hair. Because I do have some long hair art. I don't know if people notice, but like photography. Like if you like that, it's like a wall hanging or something. But I've never really had people seem super interested in that. So I think on Teespring, I'm probably gonna design like some sort of a long hair shirt. So if you want to support the channel, you can support the channel by buying a shirt, if you want to. So yeah, actually, it would really help me out. Like once I design the shirt, I have all the shirts on Zazzle, by the way. I think I'm gonna like if you want to support me, my channel, like with like what I do, this shirt's on Zazzle. I'll link that in here too. So yeah, so what? I share stuff that I create. I don't know, some people click off, they're like, oh my god, she's gonna share a shirt that she creates. Is it because I'm not talking about hair in a way? Well, if you like the hair channel, you like everything that I'm doing. But actually, one goal I have this year is I want to do more hair art, like long hair art, just like art promoting long hair, because everybody has a different thing in the long hair community. And I still love doing the live streams and just talking and combing my hair sometimes on camera. I mean, it's not that I dislike that. It's fun and all. But I also just want to share other things too, And I've just been trying to make sense of a lot of things in life. Like, pretty much everything makes sense truly and really. But I just always ask myself, like, why do things like get to me more than other people? Like I feel like sometimes I'm just too sensitive and I just want to be over things like really super fast. Like I just don't want anything to ever bother me and I'm like, why? Like why do things like kind of unnerve me, not other people? I've always wondered about that. But I'm working on that. Just like, I'm not overly sensitive, but sometimes I'm just like, ah, I just want to be the kind of person that can just be like, whatever. And but then at the end of the day, I wouldn't be me. I wouldn't be Julia if I was just one of these people that was never like just went like from one thing to another. Because I know who I am. Like I'm just a sensitive person, and think for me, the only reason I want to tell you that I just don't want to be bothered by things anymore is because I want to spend my time more productively. It's kind of a like not I think there's something wrong with being selfish, honestly, but it's kind of selfish in that I just don't want to spend time thinking about dumb stuff anymore or anything that's ridiculous. Like continuing on with the whole text from people that just I don't mind talking to people, but it was the whole just the other day I was texting with that new person that I thought, oh, they seem promising and interesting, but right away when I detected how casual they were, I just didn't want to say much to them. Like I don't know, like I saw them the other day and I just kind of waved hi, and then they texted me today and they're like, how come you didn't talk the other day? And I was like, well, I just had to go. So, I don't know because I guess like with me, like people have always done that. Like they if they don't want to talk, they don't talk to me. So I thought, well, like first off, that person's just really casual. Like so I didn't really I don't like casual stuff. Okay, I'm coming to be really strong in my opinions on that. I just don't have time for casual scenarios. So like, yeah, at first I wanted to talk to that person, but when they right away just told me that, I could come hang out and meet them different places, I just lost interest because I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I've been through this thing like where I've met several people that are just all about their convenience, and I'm just like, I don't have any interest in that. Like, I have other things going on in my life. So today, when they asked why I didn't talk to them, I was just like, oh, I had to do something. So it's not even worth mentioning. I think most people would just be like, oh, whatever. Like, they just delete the message or something. But I think about stuff sometimes, like more than I should. I think I would like other people to kind of be like having to worry about things like I do sometimes, and then they could just see like what it's like. Like maybe if like I just wish the easy breezy people of the world would kind of worry about other people more. The easy breezy people of the world never will though. So at the end of the day, I'm just finally getting to the point that okay, if something's super casual, that's not me and I don't like that. I don't want to try to rationalize with that situation. So I was just like, whatever. Because honestly, like even though I do a lot of crafts and hobbies and things like that, I just feel like there are things going on in my life. Like, and if I meet a new person and they're just so casual, I don't feel I could ever talk to that person about anything deeper. So, like, why even bother? See, why even bother? That's kind of my take on it. So, somebody made a good point that if you're going to meet people, that you should join clubs and do things. And I kind of think that's a good point. Like, you meet people through like I don't know. I'm probably not going to join a political group, but that might be one way, or a painting class, or just like then again, like right now, like what groups are meeting? People aren't really meeting in groups, not really. So that's that. So I'm not saying that that's not a viable option, but I will keep that in mind. I do think that's a better way to meet people for sure. People that you have commonalities with, all that jazz. I also think too, if you meet people when you're younger, like in college is just so much easier because young people like they meet in college and it's just so organic for them. But honestly, I wasn't really into dating when I was that young. It just wasn't on my radar. And then like in my 20s, I met people, but I just didn't. I kind of took a lot of breaks from it because I was like, I don't like casual things. And then recently, I got dinged for not like dating enough or having too many gaps in dating. Like it's just stupid. I'm like, I don't know. But then it was an invalidating comment. And I gave so much power to invalidating comments, and I hate that I did. I hate that I did that because somebody that does that just is trying to bring other people down. So I just was like, yeah, whatever. But I think I've finally kind of gotten past that. This is kind of a meandering conversation, but basically, essentially, what I'm saying is I just don't really care if I respond to a casual person, some casual people. I think maybe 2021 will be a reset of casual culture and it will bring back more authentic culture, more authentic interaction, because I feel like casual culture is corrupt. It's broken. It's nothing good about it because I think if you need something casual, you don't have a kind heart, you're not expansive in your mind. Like I just don't like casual anything. Ugh, no siree bobbers. Like so yeah, I hold out for better things in life and I don't do casual anything. And I kind of love that about myself. I just think 2021, like if you've been, should I say, if you've been discouraged and you just think casual culture seems so impersonal, so selfish, so like, I don't know, egotistical or anything, just like can't. I don't believe in cancel culture. I don't believe in camp. I think that's stupid. I would never cancel anything. But maybe we should just X out, not cancel, X out casual culture. Just like people that just meet other people for random encounters or just friendships like where they just have like casual friendship but no substance to it. Maybe we should just say no to that and no more casual stuff. And I kind of want to encourage you like if you feel like casual stuff is bankrupt, does it feel like depersonalized? Does it feel like there's no authenticity to it? There's a reason for that because casual stuff is just very lazy, right? Casual stuff is lazy because there's no commitment, there's no trying to get to know people on a deeper level. It's just like, oh, like if this is fun, blah blah blah. But no, it's not fun in the long run because it makes you feel like people that are more into authentic living, it makes them feel like kind of bewildered because they're like, is that all there is? Like, is that all that person, like, whether it's a friendship or like whatever it is, like, it makes people yearn for more because you want more out of life, okay? I think people that want quality interactions, they want more out of life. So don't settle, don't look for, and just discount anything that's casual. Like the minute somebody uses the word casual, like unless it's clothes, like if you like wearing casual clothes and that makes you feel comfortable, that's different. But I'm talking about in human interactions. If everything's just so casual and like there's no deeper connection, just like maybe you don't bother. Why? Why? And I think like with more social distancing, less casual culture is better because you want your time to count for something. You want to meet people that actually want to have an investment in you. And if they're into casual culture, they're into puppy piling, like meeting lots of people. They're not worried about the virus. They don't care about like health. Probably. Like, I think anybody that's using this buzzword casual, like friendship, casual culture, I don't think they're too worried about getting COVID or anything else. It's just kind of my take. Like, I don't think their health of themselves or others, like maybe in friendship, but even in friendship too, because like, hello, like friends can have a casual barbecue and you guys can get COVID together. And I'm not trying to tell people don't like hang out together, but just like be careful. Like, really, like, I'm not saying don't be friends because I don't want anybody to be told that they can't meet their friends. That's not what this is about. I just feel like if we're gonna be more aware of like what can happen to us, like be more aware of, well, we might get a virus from like being around people, then I think indulging in casual culture is just not a good idea. And I just really want to speak out against it because I think it's like so demeaning to people. And I feel, there's so much more like casual stuff. There really is. So, like, yeah, I don't like casual anything. Never. Blah. So, yeah. But in the hair front, who even cares about that? I'm just talking about that. In the hair front, like, this has been going really good. Like, I've been having lots of fun with my hair lately. So I did a scalp rinse, but it's been a week since I washed my hair. Like I got water in the roots over different days when I showered. I went a couple days without combing out my hair and I left it in a braid. But I don't know, like my hair is like getting it's still very, very shiny. It's still you can't even see how long it's boop. Okay. Yeah. It's getting longer all the time. So I don't know. I think less is more. Like when people say when you leave your hair alone, it grows. I do believe that too. Like I think another thing too is you want your hair in a hairstyle where you're not constantly playing with your hair. That's another thing too that I just want to maybe encourage people to not play with their hair because that can cause mechanical breakage. Like, okay, I'm talking about so many different things in this video, but back in the day when used to wear my hair loose, I would kind of touch it too and I would push it off my face. But I always realized I hated having hair in my face, especially like if you lean forward. I know people with layers, they kind of like that look and they think it's cute. But then people are always having to pull their hair up off their face. And I'm like, I just put it in a braid. It keeps it off. I don't want to bend down and have hair in my face constantly. I know, like, that's really popular, though. Like, a lot of people like videos where people comb their hair over their face. And I get that. It looks really pretty. The long hair looks pretty like that. But I personally, I don't like hair to touch my face. I just don't. Like, I feel like when you keep your hair back and you're not touching it, first off, you're not getting it excessively dirty all the time because you're not touching things, touching your hair, touching things, touching your hair. Like you're just kind of leaving it alone. Also, less mechanical damage. Like you don't need to be twirling your hair constantly around your fingers. It just looks nervous. Like I'm not saying like, oh, I never fidget, but they do say it's better to get in the habit of not playing with your hair because then you won't be in public in a situation where like, let's say you got up and you were supposed to be giving a speech and you were playing with your hair. That might not send the right message or something, you know? Not that I'm talking about professional speech giving or anything like that. Um, this is not the Toastmasters, obviously. I'm not a Toastmaster, believe me. Not by a far shot. But, because, public speaking is not my thing. I actually had some people once invite me to join a public speaking group. And I said, oh, thanks for inviting me, but I don't think that's for me. And they're like, but lots of people want to do it. And I'm like, yes, lots of people also want to go to rock concerts. And I went to one a year ago. I was really excited when I saw over Love Drive, which is the cover band of the Scorpions. That was fun until the cover band of Metallica came out, and these women came pushing towards the front, and they spilled beer on me, and I was really disgusted. But my sister said, "Oh, that's how it is at Anaheim House of Blues. You have to get liquor poured on you sometime in the night." I'm just like, I never experienced that before. I went to a couple of concerts in my life, but they were just more contained. One was at the University of San Diego for Matchbox 20. Another one was it might have been, I don't know, Third Eye Blind. I didn't like them. It was just like some guy I was seeing. He liked them. We went to that concert. That one was just like it was not my thing. I'll just say that. So I've never really been to a concert for a band that I really love. Although I'd love to see the Scorpions play live. This was pre-pandemic. So the best next thing was to go see Love Drive, which was the Scorpions cover band, and they were pretty good. They were pretty good. I posted some of the footage on my Instagram, the one on my other Instagram, not my hair one. So yeah, that was like the last time that I went to a public venue and did something fun. And that was 2 months before the pandemic. And now it will have been a year. It's almost been a year since the pandemic started. Should I make the pandemic a birthday cake? Does it want one? You know, it's kind of ironic. I would not make the pandemic a birthday cake, but I'm almost beginning to think it's like a 1-year-old child now. I'm like, oh, you're gonna be 1 years old now. This thing is not ending anytime soon. I know everybody's like, it's gonna end soon. It'll end soon. Things will go back to normal. No, things are not ending soon, and no, it's not quickly going back to normal. The new norm is probably that there will always be social distancing to some degree. A lot of people are probably not going to be comfortable with their kids playing with other kids, and people will want to wear masks for a very long time. I don't see these things going away, okay? I think masks are the new normal. Like, I don't love wearing the mask in public, but I don't think you're ever going to get to a point where people are going to say, I don't want to wear masks. It's the new normal. It's just how it is. Like, that is the new normal. I think people have embraced it. And even if COVID is contained to some degree, I think people are going to decide that they really think masks are great for stopping any kind of cold and virus. I mean, they're widely worn in Asia. I personally hate covering my face. I don't like it. I'm not going to pretend that I think it's good. So sometimes if I have a choice between going out and stay home, I'll stay home if I don't have to cover my face. Like, that's honestly the truth, because I don't feel like myself anymore, because I like to smile. And I'm sorry if that offends people that I like to smile, but it's a big part of communication. So I don't feel like even if we are allowed to go to a theme park again, I don't think I would enjoy it if I had to wear a mask all day. And that's not being selfish. It's just being honest. I don't like how it makes you feel sweaty. And I finally got to the point that I feel like I can breathe in it. And I'm not even one of these people that break the rules. I wear the stupid thing all the time. All the time, okay? I wore it in the heat. I've worn it doing physical stuff, you know. I've worn a mask in 105 degrees pushing a cart uphill. Have you? Have you done that for hours on end? How many people have done that? A lot of people haven't. So it's not that I don't wear it. I just don't like it. And I'm not going to pretend that I enjoy it. And since we're not really supposed to be like interacting with lots of people anyway, I don't see the point of going to a theme park anymore. I just don't, and I don't want to, because you'll have to wear a mask all day, and that just doesn't seem fun to me. Honestly, like, I just want to do things where there aren't a lot of people anymore. That's just my take. I want to be safe, okay? And I don't really enjoy having to wear a mask all the time. I'm never going to change my mind on that. And a lot of people act like you're not kind if you don't enjoy wearing the mask, but it's like you can't be yourself anymore. You can't express your opinion. But what if you want to smile and show that smiling is part of who you are, and you feel like you can't because, well, how can you? You have to wear a mask in public. So, yeah. But these are thoughts that some people, they can never say. They just can't convey them, because most people are just going to say, well, wearing a mask is such a good thing. It's no big deal. It's nothing. I guess, like, if you're okay with it, some people think it's nothing, but it's kind of a big thing to some people. And that doesn't mean that they don't wear the mask in public. That doesn't mean that they think COVID's made up, okay? Because we all know it's real. It's just like, honestly, I'm going to stay home more. I'm not going to go out in crowds. Why? Why would I want to do that? It's not safe to begin with. And also, like, just, it's not fun. Like, that doesn't sound fun to me. And I'm sorry if I'm like a Debbie Downer, but yeah. Socializing with a mask on, that doesn't sound enjoyable to me. Like, I'm not the biggest social butterfly anyway, but if you have to wear a mask to have fun, like, I don't know. That doesn't sound fun. Sorry if my interpretation of fun is different than yours. I would just rather hang out with a friend one-on-one where you don't have to have a mask on all the time, like one or two people, and that's it. I don't want to go to like big events. I just don't anymore. And I used to think, like, before all this happened, I was kind of like, oh, I'm becoming more open to going to like concerts with my sister, and I went with her because she's really, well, she was into doing all the social stuff. Like she was really big on that because growing up, my parents, like, we went to Disneyland, we went hiking, but they weren't into taking us to a lot of events like that. So a few years ago, she started going to lots of concerts and other events, and she's like, "Oh, you should start coming with me." So I was like starting to get open to doing more of that, although I didn't really like the experience of having the beer spilled on me and the people pushing. I just didn't like that. So that was pre-COVID, and like now, like even if it's socially distanced and you, I don't know, just the fact that you have to wear a mask, and I would be feeling like I didn't have fun. But you know what? You have every right to just say that. It doesn't feel fun anymore. It's okay. And I know some people are going to say, but how can you feel that way? Well, you have the right to feel however you feel. I'm not saying, like, look, if I go to the store or in public, I'm going to wear the mask because we have to. I'm not going to be one of those people like, I don't have to do it. Ha, ha, ha. I do it, okay? I just don't enjoy doing it. And if I have a choice between staying home and not wearing it or going out and wearing it, I'm not going to pick an activity where I'm going out where I have to wear it. That's just, that's not how I'm going to spend my fun free time. I know this is just not hair related. So I try not to talk about these issues too much because I feel like a lot of people, and if you're outside by yourself or in your car, you do not need to be wearing a mask. Okay. Some people act like you have to drive around with a mask on. And um if I'm like walking by myself and nobody's around and I've worn a mask for hours, I feel like I've been underwater. You feel like you've been kind of underwater. So I do take it off so I can kind of like breathe a bit and get some air, like more air, because it just makes me feel like, I know people say, no, it doesn't, but you can't tell other people what they feel. I know what I feel. Okay. Like if you're moving around with it on, although this is what I'll say about the mask. I've just been wearing paper ones and I don't wear the cloth ones anymore because the paper ones are much better and you can throw them away after each use. And the cloth ones would always kind of like, I don't know, I had some issues with them overheating or just not fitting well. Whereas, like these ones, I just wear these because they're just, you can adjust them, they're easy, and they're actually heat controlled, like so you don't get as hot in them. And I haven't been as overheated since I just decided I'm gonna wear these plain, boring paper masks. Okay. It's just easier that way. I don't get overheated. I don't have it sagging and stuff like that. It just stays pretty much like where I put it. So if there's one thing that makes your life easier, just wear a paper mask. Like that's my opinion. You throw them away. You buy a big box of them, and yeah, that's my best recommendation to you. Is if you do have to work with the public or like go into public a lot and you have to wear a mask, get the paper ones because they're just so much easier. I'll never like look. I have like this drawer cloth mask. Like this one was okay. It still kind of fits. This one kind of shrank. And like some of them are so ridiculous. Like this was marketed as an adult mask. And I don't have a very big face. But really? Does this look like an adult mask to you? It kind of looks like something else, but I don't know. It's like it could be a slingshot. But it's so tiny, like, and they would all come in different sizes. Or my favorite, this one. I thought, oh, I got one sparkly mask that looks pretty, but my sister wears that one now. It kind of shrank. This one is so saggy baggy. Like it's weird. I don't know. It's tight in one area, but it sags down. And I'd be wearing it and then go woo woo woo. And I'm just like, no, I don't need to deal with your sagginess. I don't need to deal with your being super tiny and not covering my face. Just like, no, 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 no. I veto all of you and I just wear the paper. No. So yeah, I have a drawer full of masks that I don't want to wear anymore. I have a mask drawer. You know how you used to have a hair drawer? Oh yeah, okay, this is hair related. Growing up, we had a hair drawer. There was no hair in the drawer. It was just a drawer where we kept hair accessories and a hairbrush. But I kind of want a hair drawer again. Like someday when I move again, I want to have a drawer that's just allocated to hair accessories. Because there's just something so fun about having a drawer that you opened up and there were all these hair ties and hair accessories and hairbrush. I mean, I keep them in my bathroom now, but I don't know. I just like the idea. It could, like, we had a hair drawer because all had long hair, and I had sisters, and we all had long hair. Well, their hair was shorter than mine after a while, but you get the idea. Long hair, thick hair, hair drawer, hair accessories. Just a big part of growing up and kind of carried into now, except I don't have a hair drawer. I just have like a bathroom. Like I have little caddies where I organize hairbrushes and some hair ties. And I I haven't really organized for a while. I'm gonna have to organize them again because they kind of fell out of order that I wanted them in. Like I thought it'd be really cool to organize them better. Yes, the organization of the hair ties. So, but for some reason, due to COVID, this whole drawer became a mask drawer. But it also has pot holders. This is a drawer tour. Have you ever wanted to go on a drawer tour? So, what else is in this drawer? I have a pair of scissors, but it's not for you hair fetish cutting people. It's the old hair scissors that got demoted to kitchen scissors for opening things. I have a can opener in this drawer too. And lots of masks. Oh, and an Oral-B toothbrush head. So maybe it is like a mask drawer / odds and ends drawer. In my other drawer, I have like washcloths, coffee filters. I have a rolling pin. I love my rolling pin. It's great for making bread and all that. Anyhow, this is just a fun little live stream where I share about hair and about making onion rings. I really want to perfect making onion rings and all sorts of whatever comes to mind. So, yeah. Thanks for watching.